Hey everybody. Do you like my thumbnail? My sister got me a gift from I think Venice, and it was this guy. It's actually really, I actually quite love it. How do I get like an automatic thumbs up? There must be some sort of like algorithm, I don't know. Anyways, check this out. It's got like music notes. I love it so much. Hey everyone tuning in. Welcome to Wonderland. Hey Jessica. Hey. Hey everybody. Wow. Did everyone have a good day today? Is everyone ready to walk into Wonderland? I'm gonna play some, oh, you know what? I really wanna play music, but last time I played music, my video got tagged. I'm just gonna have this guy just like peeking there. Can I zoom in? Oops. Hey guys, welcome to Wonderland. Anyways, I think I will play music anyway. I wonder if I can find music that won't get flagged. How are you guys doing? Say hi. Let me know what's going on. Let me know, have you been manifesting stuff? Obviously, we're always manifesting stuff, but like what's been going on? Talk to me about a success. Talk to me about where you're at, how you're feeling, blah, blah, blah. And I might do a filter. Yeah. Hey, Lisa. Hello. Hey, Lori. What's been going on, guys? What's going on? What's coming up for you? Iris! I get double dose of Iris. Iris is a goddess, a sister goddess that is just absolutely magical. You have such a good vibe, girl, and it's no surprise you're manifesting like amazingness, because that's how it works. Here's the thing, you guys, if you're gonna remember one thing from me, the better you feel, the better it gets. And the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets. You're either here's the thing, you never stay the same. You're either spiraling up or you're spiraling down. And the choice is yours. It's always a choice to tune in and ask yourself, how do I wanna feel? What do I wanna connect with? What disc am I on? What am I really feeling and therefore radiating and then therefore attracting? It is not an outside in thing, it is an inside out thing. And the minute you really fully accept that, well, I'm really getting into the teaching, but here we go. It doesn't matter because this is how it goes. I can't see the chat. That's why, wait, go back. Where is the chat? I'm really sad about this right now. Go away. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. So the minute you really just make a point, make a commitment to yourself that I'm going to tune in every moment. I know that this reality is my choice. It's my creation. And I'm so glad. Yay! Are you guys ready for magic? Okay, I'm going to try to play music. Here's the thing. I'm going to get the vibes rolling, get the message going. Today, okay, before I get into the message, today I'm sharing with you how to really, not even how to, I want you to shift into elevation. I want you to shift into thinking beyond your current limitations, right? These current blocks. And that's really the key. This is going to be really the key to making what you think is big. Please make a meditation on regrowing hair. Okay. Okay, what I would do in the meantime, you know what, that is a good one. I would do, and that's actually a good topic for today, because that might be, a lot of people might think like, oh, that's not possible, but truly, you either believe that you can be do anything, or you don't, right? I sort of believe in manifestation, sort of don't, no, you either believe or you don't. And so in the meantime, whoever said that, let me pull it back up. Rajiv, in the meantime, go to my Healing Your Body meditation. And that process where I basically guide you to send the light to a certain part of your body, send it to your hairline. Bring light to the hairline, bring life, right? Where your focus goes, energy flows. Bring life to your hairline. Hey, Robin. So before I get going into teaching, let me know what's been going on with you guys. How are you feeling? What have been your successes? You're welcome, Rajiv. I enjoy random, comments. I enjoy randomness. That's part of the magic of this life, is the unexpected, right? I think. Okay. Music. And actually I want to tune in too. What are your intentions for being here? What brings you here? What is it that you're wanting? Let's recenter, let's refocus. Why are you here? What are you calling forth? What are you speaking into existence? What are you manifesting? What are you just saying, like, this is what I'm doing? Why are you here? What is your intention? Okay, what about, I want a happy song. What about this? That's kind of cool. All right, I can deal with that. Yeah. Hey guys, hello, hey Chevelle. Hey Chevella. I always love seeing your comments on my meditations. Are you guys hearing my question? Why are you, what's the intention? What brings you guys to Wonderland? Because I'm not doing this for my health. I already know how to manifest. I'm doing this to share the wisdom. But I can't help you if we don't have a dialogue, if I don't know what's going on. Oh, good. Well, the feeling is mutual. All right, everybody that is in Wonderland. Peoples. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Chevelle. I want to manifest a better life. Just feeling good. Okay. A career. Awesome. A career that you love. Tell me more. Like, what specifically? Like, a career that you love that gives you freedom of time, that is, you know, pays you a certain amount of money. Iris, continue to love self unconditionally and spread it to others I meet. Love it. Okay, good. Good. So a lot of you, I'm guessing you just want to be in the vibe, right? Thank you, Rajiv. I appreciate that. High vibe friends, right? Yoga and one day study in India. How cool is that? That's very cool. Be a stronger student. Very cool. How do I put this on repeat? Okay. Cool. All right. So a lot of you guys are just here for the vibes. Whatevs. And then some of you guys actually have a clear intention. So that's going to be, here's the thing with manifesting: completely shift my paradigm, reach my full potential so I can create change on a different level, use it as a career and be abundant in all areas. Love it. Reconciling with my love, starting a new, more balanced relationship, full self-forgiveness, etc. And vibes. Good. But half the fun of being in the vibes is being able to like deliberately manifest stuff, isn't it? Like, just seeing how powerful you are. Oh, can I just tell you what happened today? This was a powerful manifestation. Or no, it happened actually. Well, I kept seeing like 111-000-333, of course. But last night, so in my program Goddess Vibes, I have this like very special music playlist for my goddesses where they can like go to and listen to when they want to get in that vibe. I'm sorry. I have a Pinterest board. And I was asking them, like, what do you guys want on the Pinterest? Like, who makes you feel like, what makes you feel like a goddess? Who inspires you? Let's put this too loud. Who do you consider to be a goddess? And someone mentioned, oh my God, Sophia Loren. And so that night I went to put like a Sophia Loren pin on the Pinterest board. And I was just like kind of looking at Sophia Loren and looking at like kind of looking at some of the pins and her quotes. And I was like, oh, she's a pretty cool chick. Once I got done pinning the stuff, I go into the kitchen and the TV's on and the Jerry Seinfeld show. What's it called? Seinfeld's playing on the TV. So those of you guys that are Seinfeld fans, you might know what episode I'm talking about. But I literally walk into the kitchen to get water. And the minute I'm going into the kitchen to get water, Seinfeld said something like, I guess Seinfeld was going on a date or came back from a date with a woman he was like, had lukewarm feelings about. And he was talking to his parents about it, and his parents were like, well, who did you expect to have? Sophia Loren? I was just like, what? Like, thank you, universe. That's hilarious. And that's how, like, easy and quick and just funny the universe is, because I was just looking at Sophia Loren stuff, and then I walk into the kitchen, and I hear Seinfeld saying, Sophia Loren on the TV. So that's half the fun. That's probably a lot of the fun, is realizing not only just being in good, I mean, obviously it feels really good to be in good vibes, but when you start seeing your thoughts like manifest before you, it's like, whoa. Like, there is, I mean, I know without a doubt manifestation is real, law of attraction is real, that thoughts manifest. But it's still like, it's still to this day is amazing to me. It's still like, are you kidding me? Like, that's cool. I can't, there's no other word for it. So Why isn't it repeating? I'm trying to get this song to repeat. Oh my gosh, the universe works in so many interesting ways. I've been seeing my thoughts get yeah, and that's the thing though. That's why you got to check yourself. You got to make sure you're always tuning in. And like when things manifest that you're like, what is going on? Like it's a chance for you to go within and say, okay, so I'm clearly manifesting this experience. So let me, you know, course correct. Let me fix what's going on in here. It's a really good chance to get to know yourself and what's really going on with you. And that's really the key. And I'm actually going to talk about the importance of that today. Ooh, manifest a great parking spot. Awesome, 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 Iris. Why are you? One second, guys. Chilling, guys. Please repeat. How do I get this to repeat? I don't know. I might just not have music after this. Anyway, good for you. Okay, so today I want to talk about elevation, like taking it to the next level, basically taking your manifestation practice to the next level. I'm gonna have this guy peeking over my shoulder because, all right, and then we're gonna do a meditation to call the stuff in, to whatever it is you, and this is why I want you to get clear too, because the more, you know, the more specific you are, the more powerful your manifestation. And then when we do the meditation for today, if you're specific, you're really gonna be able to feel it and call it in powerfully. Okay, so how many of you guys played sports? I would like to know. And while you guys are typing, here's what I want you to think about. So I played in all of my sports. I run. Okay, perfect, Rose, perfect. So in all of my sports, specifically, I'm thinking of, I played softball in high school. Basketball. Okay, so I think you'll get this, Jessica. So I played softball in high school. And the thing with softball is once you hit the ball, you can run through first base. You don't have to, like, unlike the other bases, you don't have to stop at first base. You can run through and still be safe. And so there was a point in time where it's like a lot of people, even though you could run through, they would just slow down before their goal was just to hit first base, right? And so as they're running to first base, they're actually slowing down before they get to first base. And what would happen as a result of that is sometimes they would get out. They wouldn't make it in time. And so what we ended up learning and teaching was that, hey, if you really want to make sure you get there on time, and if you get there in the most efficient, quickest way possible, don't stop. Don't think of first base as the goal. You want to think beyond first base, right? So don't stop, right? And don't even like reach beyond the goal. And in this case, what I'm going to teach you guys is elevate. You got to think a step bigger. So the goal was not to hit first base. The goal was always to aim beyond first base. Does this make sense to you guys? And so therefore you're actually running faster, you're getting there faster, and you're going to be safe more times than not versus if you were trying to make first base the goal. So when it comes to manifestation, when it really comes to elevating, when it really comes to busting through typical blocks, barriers, okay, Ganesh, I want you to think of actually moving beyond that. I don't want you to think of the goal that you have right now as the goal. What I really want you to ask yourself is, how do I move beyond that? What's actually that next step? And that's where it might get kind of scary. That's where you might start to think like, oh my God, like that's actually quite intimidating to think about. Could it actually be like that? What's an example? Like if you had a certain money goal, you wanted to make so many thousands of dollars a month. Well, what I would actually encourage you to do is to elevate. So if you want to elevate, if you actually want to manifest that quicker, if you want to remove blocks to it, expand beyond that. Like, could you, and tune in off, obviously, you don't want to like tune into something where you just feel like overwhelmed by it. But, what would actually be something beyond that would be really like, hell yes, that would be really exciting. That would be like, whoa, like full on next level elevated status for you, right? And so I'm going to ask you guys right now, for you, when you think of like, we all have these sort of like smaller dreams and smaller things that we want to manifest, but we also have these like bigger dreams, like these like elevated dreams, these like next level dreams for us, these things like that to us they seem harder to manifest versus like a parking spot. I don't know. So for you guys, like what for you are those bigger things that you would love to manifest, but they seem bigger, if you get what I'm saying? Let me know. So maybe it's something that might like cost more money. You feel like I would really love, like I'm pretty good at manifesting like smaller item stuff, but when it comes to like, for instance, like my car that I have now, when I first, manifested it at the time, for me, that was like scary because I had never invested that much money in a car before. So it was the money that to me made it seem like harder, bigger, next level. It could be something that for you, you feel like, oh, I would love to have this manifest this, but it would take a lot of time, or I would really need more experience. I would need blah, 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 blah. Like, what is that bigger item for you? It's great because when you consciously seek the result of your alignment, it just starts happening. When you consciously seek the result of your alignment, it just starts happening naturally more and more, right? So you're saying like, when you focus on your success, you create more success. Because yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Gives you more power. Definitely a reliable car. Own my own gym. Awesome, Jessica. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Allison, I would coach you to elevate beyond that. Like a reliable car, is that really what you want? Or would you love a fantastic car? Like a car that's like, for me, it's like, I want a car that will like my next level car now that I'm manifesting, it's gonna have speed to it. Like that, I love the, like, call it the zim, zoom, zam. I love the like, the acceleration, like the freedom, the like, like I love that feeling, that speed, that intensity. So for you, like, would you want to go beyond that? Like really, if you were to elevate that, go beyond just a reliable car, what would be next level for you, right? Think beyond first base. And not that there's anything wrong with wanting to just manifest a reliable car, but ultimately, I mean, if you can manifest anything, why would you want to stop at just reliable? Why not something that you like are in love with, unless cars aren't your thing? Doesn't matter. Hi, Sarah. What do you mean? My true dream job, marriage, a baby, travel. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so Rose. Okay, so these are all like your bigger goals. Really good. Great points. And a lot of these too, with a lot of these bigger goals, like for instance, okay, so one of my bigger goals at the time last year, or was it 2 years? Oh yeah, the first thing I'm thinking of is like I wanted to have, before I knew how easy and possible it was, I wanted to manifest an album on iTunes. I always thought I would love to be on iTunes. I would love to have a meditation album on iTunes. I don't know how you get on iTunes, but I just really want to be on iTunes. And like, you know, it might seem silly or it might seem like, well, who cares? But it's like that was a thing for me that like that excited me, and that was like next level for me, and that was kind of scary too, because it's like I don't know how to do that, and but that was my elevated goal, right? And so ultimately it happened. I manifested it. But for me, it seemed at the time like out of reach. It seemed like, oh, I thought like people on iTunes like had to have some like huge record label or something. I had no idea how it worked, basically. I had no idea. But then, of course, I manifested it, because you manifest whatever you truly believe and desire and put your intention behind. But so for everybody else, like, what is that big goal that might seem unreasonable or untouchable, or like it might seem really far out there, but it's like it's still like there. And I want you to claim it now, because then we're gonna go into how you start to actually draw it in, like how you actually make it real. So let me know, guys. Let me know, guys. To live out in the country and have my own business. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so here's the thing. The first thing for manifesting really is to, what I want to talk about today with elevating, seek beyond the goal. Always ask yourself, but how could I even make it even better? How could I elevate? How could I aim beyond first base, so to speak? How could I go beyond this? It's like the saying as well, because if you elevate beyond it, it's gonna make getting to, you know, the less, how do I say this? It makes getting to first base a lot faster, right? I think it's similar to the phrase that I've heard a lot, and I'm not gonna say this right, but it's like shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars, right? So just shoot, keep shooting, keep going, you don't stop, you keep aiming higher and you keep aiming for it. And it's not really about actually getting there. It's really about the fact that you're shooting and you're growing, and you know, it's about the journey, and that's cliche, but it's so true. Because once you have what you wanted to manifest, then it's like, okay, what's next? But truly, for me, when it comes to making manifestation even better and faster, shooting beyond the goal will actually get you to where you want to go, where you think is actually practical and reasonable. It actually gets you there faster because you're not stopping, you're not really cutting yourself short. So that's the first thing, aim beyond the goal. The second thing is you have to make it real. You have to make it real. If you want to, you know, we're talking about Wonderland. We're talking about, no, Sarah, it's welcome to Wonderland. So this is about manifesting. This is about being able to have whatever you want. Whatever you want. And so today is really about elevating that, like busting through blocks, getting there faster, really expanding what you think is possible, moving beyond like where you usually set limitations. A lot of us, what we ask for is really, we could ask for more, but for whatever reason we don't. We don't think we deserve it. We think it's too hard. We think it's blah, blah, blah. We have all these reasons why it's not possible. But the truth is, if you believe in manifestation, then you believe in manifestation. So it's nothing's harder or easier than the other thing. Is this all making sense, you guys? Let me know. So moving beyond that, so the next thing you want to do is really, you have to make it real. Okay, good. Thank you, Rose. You have to make it real. You have to make it real. You have to give birth to it. What I mean by that, you have to sign the contract. So those of you guys that have these dreams, that have these intentions, I want to have my career, I want to have blah, 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 are you actually making it real? Like, have you put on a deadline? Have you said like, okay, I want to do this and it's going to happen next month. It's going to happen by this time, whatever. Are you, like for me, when I was manifesting my car, even though I was like really scared about how like a jump it would be for me in terms of investment, I basically locked it in. I signed the contract to myself mentally and emotionally, like this is going to happen. So I started researching the cars. I started test driving the cars. I started, going, really following different dealers and what they had on the lot. Like I started making it real. I locked it in. It can if you don't believe. It can if you don't believe. But ultimately, what it's gonna do when you put, here's the thing from experience, what I've learned. When I've really needed something to happen, there's like this energy buildup. And it can be resistance. It can definitely be resistance if you let it stop you. If you let it, waver in your belief. There's nothing wrong with feeling fear, but the goal is to move through it, right? The way forward, the way around fear is actually just moving through it, is taking action anyways. It's still like, even though I'm feeling this, even though my doubts are coming to the surface, ultimately what's even below that is this core belief that I believe in manifestation and I'm going to move through the fire. That's where confidence comes from. That's the idea of leaping and the net will appear. Well, the first time you leap, you don't always know if the net's going to appear, and that's scary as hell. But when you decide to move through it, when you decide that manifestation is real, that this is going to happen, I don't know how, but I'm going to believe in it, and you step and you take that leap, that's when the net does appear, and that's when you get confidence that no matter what, you're always going to be caught, that like this stuff is for real. So it can create resistance if you let it pull you back into doubt, basically. But here's what I've learned from experience. When I've really needed something to happen and I had no idea how it was going to happen, and I felt that fear, I felt that pull, that's actually a good thing, because that caused me to actually ask even harder. That's like, what's a good metaphor? That's like if you were trying to, if you were racing somebody, right? You were trying to get like here's a good example, like the 4-minute mile example. It's like, before it became normal that you could run under a 4-minute mile, nobody was running under a 4-minute mile. It was just kind of like meh. But the minute someone broke the 4-minute mile, and especially the minute it became like the norm, everybody started being able to manifest running under a 4-minute mile. I don't know if that's the best metaphor, but what I'm trying to say is anytime you feel that tension, you feel that expansion, that's really expansion. It's about how you interpret it. Anytime you feel that like this needs to happen, that's actually a good thing. That's actually an energy that you can use to propel you forward more powerfully. That's like the difference between, um, you know, if I were running a mile just because I wanted to, it would be a lot slower than if I were running a mile and a bear were chasing me, right? If a bear were chasing me, I would feel the fear and I would be gone. And I would probably run faster than I've ever run in my life. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that no, having a deadline actually locks it in. It makes it real. And then it's like when you see that deadline approaching, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. Like this has to get done. That I made a promise to myself. I made a commitment. Otherwise, what actually ends up happening is you sort of have this like free floating thought, like, yeah, it would be nice to have this business. It would be really nice, but like, meh, it can happen whenever it wants. And like when that, whatever, when you, it's this sort of like ethereal thing, it never actually has a chance to be born. Like it's until you actually lock it in, like, okay, this is actually going to happen now. It's actually going to happen next month. I had to do that with my business. Like I had to get to a point where I had to, I knew it was time to cut, you know, yeah, like procrastinating. Exactly. I knew there was a point in time where I was going to have to cut, I was doing like part-time stuff and I'm like, it was just getting too much. It was getting way too much for me and my business, what I was trying to accomplish. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to pull the trigger. And it was scary as hell to cut like some of the cords, some of the attachments to security, to what I thought was my security. But I made a commitment like, okay, at this time, and actually, honestly, life pretty much kind of forced me into that position. It was like I was seeing the signs. I'm like, okay, it's time to jump. And so, the minute I actually cut the cord and jumped, I had that fire within me, like, okay, this has to happen. I have to make this work. Like, I'm cutting cords to everything else. I've invested a lot of money in this and that, the other. Like, this has to happen. So I felt that, what people might consider resistance, but it's not. It's energy. It's all just energy. And so what I did was I repurposed it. I used that energy to propel me forward. I was so focused. I was so determined. I was so like driven and dedicated that I ultimately manifested what I wanted. Now I do what I do full time. It's like because I made it happen, because I locked it in, because I set a timeline, and then I of course jumped on that. I honor that timeline. So it depends on how you interpret it. Another way to really lock it in, as an example, like when I was getting my cars, like I told you guys, I got really specific. This is really about making, creating specifics. This is about like, okay, it's great. You want a career, right? You want to manifest a career that you love, right? Okay, so get specific. Like, what does that actually look like? Where are you working? How often are you working? Who are you working with? What are you doing? Where are you living? Like, make it real, right? If it's a car, like someone mentioned they want a reliable car. Okay, well, get the specifics. Like, what type of car? Like, what make? What I'm not sure what it's called, but like, who makes it? Is it 4 door? Is it 2 door? Is it, what color is it? What's the interior color? Like, what kind of gas does it use? Like get specific, This is gonna make it real. This is gonna lock it in for you. This is gonna help you really honestly connect with it. Does this make sense, you guys? And actually, I wanna know, like, how can you get specific right now with whatever you're wanting to manifest? What are the specifics? Like, do you have a timeline? Do you have a due date for it? Okay. Okay. Yeah, cool. So that could lead me to another question. It's like, do you know you have resistance to locking it in? You're talking about marriage. Well, you could always manifest. That's right. But that's if it's a specific person, that's where you would want to be really get honest with what you're really looking for. Are you trying to trap another person? And in terms of marriage, like, I want to marry this person by this time. Like, that's absolutely, that's going to create resistance because you can't force anyone to do anything. But if it's like, I want to meet, and it's got to come from alignment too. This is where you got to tune in and be honest with yourself. Is this really what I want? It's like, good. I'm glad, Allison. What you really want is you want to manifest the perfect person for you, truly the perfect person. And you can absolutely decide, like, I want to manifest true love this year. Like, do a date that feels good for you this year, in the next few months, by December, whatever, like true love. And then when you get to the next part, really the next part is like, then you have to make sure that you're doing the inner work to get yourself there. The bottom line is this: it's like, are you keeping this thing as like this dream, this thing, like it'd be nice to have this, or are you having the energy and the intention of like, no, this is gonna happen, like, period. Because that's the difference between people that actually manifest the stuff, and those that keep dreaming or wishing they manifested, but they never actually manifest it. And then they're like, why isn't this manifesting? It's like, because you're not making it real. You're not actually committing to it. You're not signing the contract. You're not locking it in. You're not getting specific. And so if you're not doing that, the question is, what is stopping you from doing that? Like, what really is the resistance from locking it in? And so, like, last question for you guys. Whatever it is you want to manifest, do you actually believe it's possible? Like, do you actually believe in it? Like, right away, like, what does your gut say? Do you really, truly believe that you can manifest whatever you want? Awesome. Awesome, Allison. Love it. Heck yes. Good. Jessica, love it. Mostly yes. Okay, interesting. So that's something to look into. I feel like it won't happen a certain time. It makes me nervous. So you feel like sometimes manifestation works and sometimes it doesn't? So that's really my last point, because the bottom line is this: it's like, you either fully believe or you don't. And then if you don't fully believe, then that's something you'd want to work on, where you get to the absolute faith and knowing that unshakable faith that moves mountains, that unshakable faith that will part the sea and make way for things you want to come in. Well, that's a belief too. So what if I told you that time is an illusion, that you can play with time, and things don't have to be hard, things don't have to take a long time unless you believe they do? It's all a belief, right? This is all a belief. You either believe in manifestation or you don't. You either believe anything is possible or you don't. You either believe and know that you can do anything, or you don't. It's not like a sort of thing. It's not like, I think sometimes the law of attraction works, but I think sometimes it doesn't, right? That's going to be the faith that gets you actually what you want. So that's really something to look into. You either believe in it or you don't. When you do, when you get to that unshakable faith, when you start realizing, and a good way to do this is to take account of when you have successfully manifested. Because if you're seeing manifestations, then you can confirm and validate to yourself that manifestation is real. It does work. It is a consistent and persistent and eternal law of this universe, and it's something I can rely on and play with and work with. So it's really up to me to get my faith up to that place where it's like, nothing is impossible, right? Because that's where it becomes fun. That's where it becomes like, I really live in this wonderland. I really live in this world where I can have me do anything. Like, I know this. And anything that stopped me from manifesting what I wanted before was just a belief thing. It wasn't a universe thing. It wasn't like, the law of attraction just doesn't work for me today. It's like, no, there's something within me. I can change that, which means I can empower myself and get to where I want to go. Like, to me, that's so exciting. There is nothing that is unavailable to you. It's just a matter of, do you believe in it or not? And then really the last part is, are you willing to do the work? Oh my God, you guys, here's the biggest thing. So I work with a lot of people, and then, and pretty much, well, what's going on right now, so I'm doing a program, Goddess, and like what we're working through right now are the blocks. And there's, it's not always easy to really face the things that we don't want to face, right? It's not always easy to want to change a perspective, or to want to put in the work to really commit to changing a belief, because it does take energy, it does take focus, right? It's not always easy to face the things you don't want to face. But that's what's going to be necessary. You either really want this thing or you don't. You're either going to be listening to your guidance and acting on your guidance, or you're not. So the question is, are you willing to do the work, right? So if you believe and you know you can have it, but you're not really willing to do the work, my question would be like, why? What is stopping you from really fully committing and doing the work? That is the biggest thing. And honestly, it goes back to, you must not really want it. Because that honestly is the biggest thing. I get people that when it comes to actually putting in the work, and it's not any different than like working out, like to get the result you want, you have to put in the focus and energy. And wherever you have resistance, you have to be willing to do what it takes to transmute it. Doing the work. Look at yourself. Do what it takes. Like take down the path. It's like that saying that, you know, Wonderland, this Garden of Eden is available to us all. Many will be called, but few will go through because not everybody really wants to do the work. The work is whatever it takes for you to get into alignment. It's going to be, it's not always, no, it's not, I'm going to say no, it's not always self-love. It's not always self-love. It's sometimes, and love is such a generic, that's so hard. That's so, not so hard, but it's like love, how do I want to say this? Love is a very generic term. Love means a lot of things, right? It's romantic love, it's forgiveness, it's acceptance, it's adoration, it's honoring, it's, you know, so what is meant by self-love, I would be curious as to what you think of when you think of self-love. But no, sometimes it's really just a matter of belief. Sometimes it's really just a matter of dedication, of persistence, you know, just doing the work, like being willing to walk through that fire. Not everyone's willing to do that. It's, you know, especially when it's like, for those of you guys that are wanting to create businesses, like, you're going to be faced with a lot of different things. You're going to have an opportunity to grow over and over and over again. And a lot of people don't make it through because they're not willing to put in the work. They're not willing to believe and be persistent and do what it takes. They're just not. They're just not. And sometimes it is a self-love thing. Sometimes it really is if you truly were like, if I were truly honoring myself and honoring my desires, what would I be doing? Would I be giving up on myself? No. No, I wouldn't. Like, I love myself and I love my dream and I honor it. And so therefore I'm gonna stay the path. I'm gonna stay the course. I'm gonna trust the journey. It's a lot of layers, and but the key is, like, honestly, the bottom line is, I want you to think, today was really about elevation. So I really want you to think beyond the goal. I want you to stretch. I want you to really, if you didn't believe in limitations, if you really believed in law of attraction, if you really believe that you can do whatever, like, what would you really be asking for? And then can you ask for something even beyond that? Because that's like thinking beyond first base. The second thing is, what was the second thing? I don't even remember. And then we're going to get to the meditation. I made some points. Oh, yeah. Are you making it real? Are you putting a timestamp on it? Or are you like seeing it, creating it, visualizing the specifics around it? Or is it sort of this like airy-fairy thing that's like, I don't know, it'd be great or something, right? It's like, how can you have to start like actually like creating it and seeing it and putting it into form, making it real. That's what brings it to life. The third thing was, what was the third thing? Oh yeah, actually this kind of came out of nowhere, but like embrace the pull, right? It's like embrace whenever you feel the tension, like the pending deadline or whatever, and you start to feel that pull, like, oh my God, I really need this to happen. That's actually a really good thing because that's pulling desire from you. That's pulling energy. You can ride that wave. You can say, okay, that's when things get amped up, right? So embrace it. Don't resist it. Let that energy pull you forward. And then the fourth thing was, what was the fourth thing? Yeah, I'm not really sure what the fourth thing was, but basically the thing is, it's like, are you willing to do what it takes? You know, you have the dream, you're thinking beyond the dream, you're thinking bigger, you're thinking expansively, you're getting specific, you know, you're embracing what's coming up, you're feeling the pull moving forward. And then, like, are you really doing the work? Are you really committed to it or not? Okay, does that all make sense, you guys? Do you have any questions? Because that's how you manifest. If you really want to manifest anything, that has been my process. Oh, show. I'm going to put on music, I think. Do I want to put on? Yeah. Yeah, I think I do. Zen meditation. We'll do this one. Let me know if you guys get this. I want to know. I want to make sure you guys are still like understanding or whatever. How do I repeat this? Okay, I don't know. Are you guys there? Mm, 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 mm. Yes. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes, totally. Feels like being the driver of our own momentum. Love it. Yes, Rose. Yes, Rose. Yes. Do you guys want to do a meditation with me? To manifest, to call it in. Oh, there we go. Cool. Yes. Allison says yes. Yes, of course. Please. Cool. Cool, cool. All right. So we will do that. I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to keep the camera on me. Because I didn't set up. I'm just literally in my bed and I don't feel like doing anything else. I don't feel like setting up. So, okay. So let's do a meditation to call it in, to actually call it in. So, sit back, relax. You can lie down if you want. Close your eyes. And take a deep breath in. And release. And at first I want to just give gratitude for today. Think of something that you're really, really grateful for that happened today. This is going to pull you into your heart space. Let's do an Om together. I feel the need to do an Om. So take a deep breath in. We're going to Om. We're going to center the energy. Deep breath in. Om. And you might feel like right now I feel a tingling like in my third eye, which I love. Just centering all the energy so we can think clearly, we can receive guidance clearly, we can visualize clearly. So now I want you to see that thing you want to call in. I want you to picture that big goal, that dream that you're like, whoa, that would be so cool, but like that seems pretty far out there. I want you to think big today. We're talking elevation. What is that dream? So once you see that dream, I want you to start making it, giving it details, right? So if it's a dream to have a certain career, I want you to picture yourself doing this thing and interacting with the people you'd be interacting with, or having, you know, the amount of, whatever the amount of people you want to work with is. I would start getting specific. If it's a car, see the color of the car, the type of car, the interior of the car, the smell of the car. If it's travel, you want to be able to travel the world whenever you want. Like, see yourself getting on the plane and maybe sitting in first class, or, you know, whatever why not? And just, you know, relaxing the seat, pulling the seat back and looking out the window as the plane takes off, or looking out the window as the plane lands in that place you want to visit. Like, make it real, connect with it. See yourself walking the streets of the place you want to visit. If it's love and marriage, like see yourself lying in bed next to your love, the love of your life, and you're just talking and you're smiling and feel how your heart is just expanding with so much joy because you're just so in love with this person and they're so in love with you, and it's like, oh my God, you're amazing. Where did you come from? And you're just like hugging her or something. Like, make it real. I'm gonna shut up, so make it real. Feel free to adjust your posture as needed. It usually means energy's flowing and shifting, so you want to honor that. Notice if your breathing's changing. A lot of the times when we release, as we elevate, we take deep breaths in and we let out the tension. All right, so that's enough time with that. So now what I want you to do, this is the powerful part of the meditation. I mean, it's all powerful, but I want you to see that thing you're manifesting, whether it's a person, travel, whatever. I want you to see it turning into light. Like literally see it becoming light particles, like shimmers, sparkles, whatever. Once you've turned that thing into light, turn it into pure energy, like subatomic particles. However you visualize that, however you feel it, turn it into pure energy. And begin to connect with that energy. What does that energy feel like? How dense is it? Is it moving quickly or slowly? And now what I want you to do is imagine that energy is moving into your aura. It's moving into your energy field all around your body. It's circling you and it's beginning to move into your body, your physical body. Imagine it now moving into the cells of your body. Imagine it moving into your DNA. I want you to visualize the spinning double helix that is your DNA. That is the code of you, of your body. And I want you to imagine this energy of the thing you're manifesting literally moving into the DNA, spinning with the DNA. It's becoming one with you. And I want you to feel it. I want you to see this DNA beginning to replicate, beginning to multiply, and I want you to see it becoming cells, becoming real particles in your body that's moving all around you. I want you to feel it in your body. What does your body feel like? Can you feel the energy amplifying? Can you feel something of an expansion, an excitement? whatever you're feeling, we're going to elevate the vibration. So I want you to imagine in your mind's eye that there's a dial in front of you. Imagine that dial's at a 7. I want you to now crank up that 7 to an 8. Feel the energy expand, feel the energy grow. Deep breath in if you need, and releasing. Shift it now from an 8 to a 9. Feel it moving, feel it vibrating. And now shift it from a 9 all the way to a 10. Sit in this energy until you feel complete. And then once you feel the energy begin to slow down, affirm to yourself, I have this thing. It is done. It is done. Affirm to yourself that it is very real, that I can have this, that I will manifest this. Whatever affirmations work best for you. Affirm that you know it's possible. You can have this. I can have this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. This is happening. And so it is, right? Whatever works for you. And then I want you to move into your heart space and just feel your heart, your beautiful heart. Feel its inward pull. Feel your heart's magnetism. Your heart is so powerful. And start giving gratitude for this thing. Thank you for this thing. Thank you for this desire. Thank you for manifesting it. Thank you for showing me the way. It's done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know it's done. Gratitude is the highest vibration in the universe. So if you can pair gratitude with your desire, with seeing it as done, it'll get there much more quickly. Thank you for this career. Thank you for this travel. Thank you for the love of my life. You know, whatever it is, give gratitude for it. And then finally, I want you to tune in and I want you to ask for guidance. You're always being given guidance. So the next question, the last question is, what is my next step? See if you have any guidance as to what you can do next to manifest this thing. See if you get a vision or a message or just a feeling. Maybe it's just needing to sit in the energy of it. What do I need to do to manifest this thing? And usually guidance comes pretty quickly. Like I already got my guidance. So I'm going to write it down once I'm done with this meditation. If you didn't receive anything yet, trust it will come in the perfect time and in the perfect way. It might be tomorrow, it might be in your dream tonight, you know, it'll come. Just be open to it. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in and release. And it's done. That's how you manifest like a boss. How are you guys feeling? Let me know. What did you guys think? Did you guys get guidance? Could you guys feel the energy? My eyes always water after the meditation, so. And so it is. I just want to cry for some reason. That's release. Girl, you let those tears roll, girl. You say, "Oh, thank you. Thank you for these tears. Thank you for this release. Thank you for this amazing opportunity to share in the energy." And we're just going to end on gratitude, right? Oh, wait, I just missed a comment. Feel super open. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking of that. It's really right. So I just want to just thank you for having all of our dreams come true, and in a way that is so much easier and faster and more fun than we can possibly even fathom right now. Thank you for this moment. This is a blessed moment. This is a magical moment. Thank you, the perfect people who, you guys are here. This is the perfect time, the perfect place with the perfect people. Even if you're watching the replay, you're seeing this exactly when you need to see this. And so I just give gratitude for the absolute perfection of the universe. All right, cool, and that's it. So I'm gonna head out. It was less than an hour, yes. Yeah, oh, good. Let me know if you have any questions. You're welcome. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. No. And so it is. You guys have a fabulous night. Thank you for being here. Bye.